Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to do the dark caramel sauce that I used in the gingerbread. My name is Karen Miller. Welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy what I do, and I will continue to give you great recipes to support your vegan lifestyle. Alright, so let's do this. I have a pot here on the stove, and I'm going to use the agave syrup. I'm going to have half a cup. I have half a cup of agave syrup. Now you can do this with sugar, but I'm using the agave. You can also try to do this with the brown coconut palm sugar that I used in the gingerbread. It's the same idea, the same technique. So I'm going to put this on medium, and it's going to start bubbling, and we're going to take it from there. This is very time consuming, and you have to keep an eye on it. You cannot leave the stove. You have to keep an eye on it. I have my wooden spoon that I'm going to start stirring. Now if you use sugar with this, you have to add about a quarter cup of water to half a cup of sugar. So when this starts bubbling, I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. So I'm back. You can see that this started bubbling on the side. So you just keep stirring and stirring, and it's going to start getting darker. Now if you're doing this with sugar, of course, you starting out here with a liquid. When you're doing this with the sugar, you have like a solid, and this is why you have to add the water. So this is a bit different from doing it with the sugar. But you see, if you do it with the sugar, you're going to start seeing it's going to start getting as brown as when you just put in the agave syrup. You're going to get that color. So we have to keep stirring and stirring and stirring, and it's going to get darker and darker. After 3 minutes, after 5 minutes, this would take about 10 minutes to get to the point that I want it to get to. But you have to stay at this. You cannot leave the stove. You have to keep an eye on this. So I can see this is getting darker and darker. This is about 3 minutes now. So I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like after about 5 minutes. So this has been going for another 2 minutes. You can see that it's getting darker and darker, but it has to keep going. For another 5 minutes. And you keep stirring and stirring and stirring. I'm starting to smell it. It's smelling really, really good. And it's feeling a little thicker, guys. It's going to feel a little bit thicker, because of course it's reducing. So when I come back, I'm going to show you what it looks like and show you what I do. Because we need to cool this down with some cold water in a pan. You need to have a pan with cold water, or some container with cold water. You see, this is starting to smoke, and it's getting darker and darker. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit. It's getting to the point that I like it. This is about 7 minutes now. I'm going to turn down the heat. Yeah, I'm going to turn down the heat. This is going to continue cooking. I'm going to turn down the heat. I have a bowl here with water. See? I'm going to take I'm going to take this and put it in the bowl. You hear the sound? To cool it down. Cool it down, and it continues to cook because you see it got very dark. I'm going to put it back on the stove, and now I'm going to add some water. I'm going to add a half a cup of water. And stir. So you stir this, and it's gonna come up to a boil again. So you let it come up to a boil again for about 5 minutes, and then you turn off the stove, and you have your caramel sauce. And do this in a pan with a handle, because this is what I was thinking I should have done. So have your cold water ready so you can dip it in while you're holding the handle. You don't want any water from that container to get into the sauce. You're just trying to cool the caramel down, because it continues to get darker and darker, and you don't want it to get too dark, because then it starts getting bitter. So you have to do this quickly. So this is done, and then you put this in your jar, which I have a jar here that I save my caramel sauce. So you turn off the stove. This is it, guys. And then you let this cool, and you pour it into a mason jar. You know, you sterilize your jar, or you wash it out with some very hot water, and you have your caramel for whatever it is you want to cook. So you have to do this. If you want the gingerbread that dark color, you have to do this dark caramel sauce. So I hope the gingerbread is really good. So I hope you do it, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.